Only 36% of referrals to NHS talking therapies are for men. So we need to create an environment where men are comfortable opening up about the things they're finding tough. Movember believes that better conversations are invaluable in recognising when a friend or a loved one might be struggling with their mental health. But starting a conversation isn't always easy. So how can we all help make talking simpler?
Men enjoy getting together, they enjoy each other's company.
Laughing generally is probably fair.
How are you? Good. How are you? Yeah, I'm all right.
And that's one of the core things of my friendship group is I think they all like to have a laugh.
The conversations we want men to have are just deeper than that. So we want men to just dig a little further, just really ask those kind of open questions of their mates and their friends, of how they actually feeling, how is work actually going, and what's life like at kind of home.
I have a friend, and he'd told me through a text message that he was having a difficult time at home, and they were kind of socially isolating through the Christmas period. So I knew that it was time for me to reach out and say, if you need some help, if you need some support, I'm here for you. And that coincided with listening to the advert for Movember Conversations on a podcast. You log on and there's a sequence of different conversations that you can join. So whether it's someone that's suffering with bereavement or perhaps getting older or the breakdown of a relationship, that kind of thing. So you can just select the relevant topic, and then it's an animated conversation, and you click on one of the answers. And if there's a better way of having that conversation, it will prompt you to say, well, that's good, but maybe you could do this, or maybe you could think about that.
It's been developed by mental health experts and funded by Movember. And it helps us think about how do we initiate that conversation, how do we start it, and how might we respond to different things that are said throughout that conversation.
It absolutely helped. Without any question mark over that. It wasn't this huge crushing conversation that brought the tone down or made us awkward with each other. So I was really grateful. I find deep and meaningful conversations with friends, male friends particularly, very difficult. And I think there's a fear that if you allow yourself to be vulnerable, that people will take the mick. And I was very keen to not be one of those people anymore.
There's ways and means to have these conversations. Often we talk about shoulder to shoulder, and that can make a man feel more comfortable to open up. If we're in doing something or we're looking ahead rather than sat kind of directly face to face, that can break down some of those barriers and just allow us to be a bit more present and a bit more open.
Life's got ups and downs. Things happen, and all of us go through that. But like you say, be it bereavement, be it sometimes problems with relationships. So
most of the reasons men are still dying too young are preventable. 3 out of 4 suicides in the UK are men. In 2020, 10 men died every day from suicide. So there's still much more that we can do.
I was terrified of the conversation that I knew I had to have. Absolutely terrified. And like I say, it gave me the confidence to know that I could do it and I could have that conversation and it was going to be okay.
Just breaking down some of these barriers, having these open conversations and making sure we're supporting the men in our lives can be really powerful.